Jenny Aitchison, Shadow Minister for Primary Industries and Agriculture. Thanks for joining us on Flow.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, the New South Wales farmers have put out something today about the mouse plague and the support for farmers in New South Wales and a potential $1 billion in winter crop losses. What's the opposition's response to that?
Look, we stand by the farmers. Labor has been trying to pressure the government to come up with a package for some time now. New South Wales farmers and the CWA have been lobbying them as well. This is an issue that didn't happen yesterday. It's been going on for 6 to 8 months. And, the response by the Nationals on this has been absolutely extraordinarily disappointing. People are just at the end of their tether. The mental health issues are really starting to kick in. And I think, for the minister 2 weeks ago to say, we'll have this $50 million package, it'll be out in a couple of weeks. And now people are going to Service New South Wales to get reimbursement for baits that they've bought and being told, no, you can't even apply until July. And if you bought those before the 13th of May, well, there's nothing in this package for you. And that's a disgrace.
Okay, let's look at the issue of the losses at the moment. About $1 billion, according to the New South Wales farmers. And the CSIRO has a report from its app. It indicates that we've almost seen a doubling of the plague in the last couple of weeks. Should there be increased measures in terms of baiting and obviously the chemical bromeliad to be looked at by both the government, but also to put in place a measure that stops the plague in its tracks?
Yeah, so this is a real concern. So I've had farmers coming to me and speaking about their concerns about the issue of using that poison. So New South Wales farmers and other people out in the community have come forward with concerns about using that for the tail end impact of the poison. And so, a lot of them are saying that if the government had have come out, 6 to 8 months ago and supported farmers on using the zinc phosphide, we just wouldn't have been in this situation. And they're concerned about the longer-term impacts in the food chain of the bromeliad. So that's the problem. And we need to make sure that whatever happens, farmers are given access to the most effective and the safest chemicals that suit their own circumstances and, are the best impact.
Yeah, it seems that whilst this is in a sense a natural disaster, there's been a contribution by government policy in moving too slowly on what farmers wanted in the first place, and now we've got a desperate solution with bromeliad that is going to have all these side effects if it's used. So the New South Wales government, do you think they've done the best by the farmers here? Look,
I think the New South Wales Nationals have and the government have absolutely failed farmers. And it's not just farmers, it's the small businesses, the people in schools, the kids and the teachers, the people in their homes, in hospitals. We've seen patients being bitten in beds. We've seen just horrific stories of people suffering ill health. And yesterday there was the mice are now being blamed for a house fire in Narrabri. So it is a very serious situation. The government has failed to act, and I really can't understand why they have done that. When the New South Wales farmers and CWA came to Parliament because they just were absolutely desperate and trying to get the government to listen, the first thing the Deputy Premier did and the Agriculture Minister was attack the messenger. And then they made a promise of the $50 million package after a lot of pressure, and we're still not yet seeing 1 cent of that roll out on the ground to help people.
Okay, we're hoping that the doubling of zinc phosphide bait, the potency of it, has an impact pretty soon. Our guest this morning has been Jenny Aitchison, who is the shadow spokesperson for Primary Industries in New South Wales.